Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy returns to Washington today to meet with lawmakers and President Biden as Congress weighs funding options to avoid a government shutdown. NBC's Bree Jackson has the latest from Washington, D.C. And Bree, the President Zelenskyy will attempt to convince lawmakers to provide continued support for Ukraine.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Maureen. So this marks President Zelenskyy's second visit to Capitol Hill since Russia waged war on his country. So far, the U.S. has committed nearly $113 billion in various forms of aid and military assistance to help Ukraine. 19 months after Russia's invasion began, President Zelenskyy and his Ukrainian forces continue to put up a fierce fight. And his passionate pleas for support from allies is only growing stronger.
Ukrainian soldiers now are doing, at the expense of their blood, what the UN Security Council should do by its voting. They're stopping aggression and upholding the principles of the UN Charter.
After speaking at the United Nations General Assembly in New York this week, Zelenskyy is now bringing his message to Capitol Hill. Lawmakers are considering more aid for his war-torn country. The Republican Party is divided.
I don't support additional funding for Ukraine. My view is we need to, number one, take care of our folks first.
Letting Putin win doesn't make any problem at home better, it makes it worse.
Funding for Ukraine is one sticking point in spending talks. The White House has requested $24 billion in assistance for Ukraine. So far, that has not been included in House Republicans' proposals. Congress must reach an agreement by the end of this month or risk a government shutdown.
Look, it's not September 30th. The game is not over, so we continue to work through it.
A shutdown would be disastrous. A shutdown would be unnecessary. And make no mistake, a shutdown is certainly avoidable.
The shutdown clock is ticking for lawmakers as the war in Ukraine rages on. And President Biden and President Zelenskyy will meet at the White House later today. Maureen?
And Bree, is there any sense of how Americans feel about Ukraine's war with Russia?
There is. So a CNN poll taken last month shows that 51% of people surveyed say America has done enough to help Ukraine. That's down from 62% who, in the early days of the war, said we should be doing more.
Interesting. All right, we'll see what happens with the visit today. Bree Jackson live in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much.